Oh, it's not like it used to be.
The surprising thing is that that saddle shop was not in Christchurch or even on the main street of a town like Ashburton. Instead, it housed one of a number of specialized operations carried out on a large farm. And the farm was established by a far-seeing Cornishman by the name of John Grigg. John Grigg was no gentleman farmer. When he sold his small farm in Cornwall to come to the colonies, he'd no idea he'd end up as master of one of the largest freehold properties in Canterbury. To acquire his estate at Longbeach, he'd had to borrow most of the money from his brother-in-law in Auckland. Many of the original buildings at Longbeach still stand. And the ideas John Grigg introduced to Canterbury have also stood the test of time. He could see that the population boom that produced the wheat bonanza would also bring pressure to break up the great estates. So Grigg rewarded the families who worked at Longbeach by subdividing and offering land first to them and not simply to the highest bidders. Altogether, they were a community of more than 1,000 people. More than 6,000 acres were in crops. It was farming of a kind and on a scale that Canterbury hadn't seen till then. But before he could reap his harvest, John Grigg had to transform the face of his land. The Longbeach he'd first encountered in the 1860s had been a wilderness of swamp. To reclaim the land, Grigg's men had dug ditches in straight lines through the swamp. They still carry surplus water to the sea. It was on this strange combination of down-to-earth common sense on the one hand and what was almost clairvoyance on the other that the success of Longbeach was founded. When John Grigg died in 1901, the statue erected at Ashburton in his honor paid tribute to the man and to the landmarks he created. He stands, appropriately enough, amidst raupo and rushes, his foot on a field tile. Just about the time the people of Ashburton were putting up that statue, it was becoming clear that John Grigg's real legacy was to be Canterbury lamb, something I'd heard about long before I ever thought of coming to New Zealand. John Grigg, you see, was always looking ahead. Just as he was amongst the first to become involved in large-scale grain growing, so he was the first to realize that that particular bonanza just couldn't last. And it was with the same rare gift that he was first perhaps also to realize the tremendous potential of what I consider to be the most important technological breakthrough in the history of New Zealand.